Still looking for some Halloween inspo? Look no more because you have found it right here. She's an alien, demon, devil, not sure yet, so help me give her a name. So welcome back guys to my channel. Today is October 13th and we're doing 31 days of Halloween. As you know, I'm super tired. I love it, but God, this is very time consuming. As always, we start by blocking the brows. I'm using a glue stick and really topping a lot of layers on top of the brow hairs so they disappear. And since we're doing SFX today, we will be needing this barrier cream from Creolan. It protects your skin against all the harm that we will do from it today. Oh my god. So after that's dried, I use some setting powder and really press that on top of the brows. And here are the prosthetics. You can buy these on Etsy. I'll put the link in the description. I'm using Prosthetics. That's a special SFX glue to glue them together. You apply one layer on your skin and one layer on the prosthetic. Wait for it to dry and then push it all together. Once it's in place, you really make sure to push down the edges. Make sure there are no air bubbles left. Also be super careful when you apply them because once you push them down, they are there to stay forever. I mean, once the glue touches each other, it sticks together and you cannot remove it anymore. So make sure it's in the right place. Once you're happy with the placement, you can start dissolving the edges. I'm using the IPA, that's 100% alcohol, and it dissolves the edges beautifully. As you can see, it's super easy. It melts into the skin. Always make sure, by the way, when you buy prosthetics, some will need acetone to dissolve the edges, some IPA, so it's not always the same product. Once everything is dissolved, I'm using a little bit of Prosthetics to really seal the edges and make them blend in even better. And then it's time to apply the cheek prosthetics. It's exactly the same way. Apply a little bit of glue on the skin, on the prosthetic, wait for it to dry and push it down. So it's always a bit tricky. As you can see, once the glue touches each other, it sticks. So no removing it after that. Make sure all the edges are glued down. I'm applying a little bit of extra Prosthetics, and when that's dry, you can start dissolving the edges again. This is honestly, I love this process. I love the dissolving. It is so satisfying to do, and I think also to watch, but you tell me in the comments. Once that's done, also the same work method, a little bit of Prosthetics on the edges, and once that's dry, you can powder everything and then we are ready to go. Not gonna lie, the bare face with the prosthetics, it looks a bit weird, right? And at this point, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do a demon or a devil. So from this point, I was kind of winging it. I started by applying a white base. This is the Creolan TV stick. It's a cream paint and it's easier to apply it on a brush. So take a little bit from the stick, then apply it on top of the prosthetics because it's a bit of a hard texture and you don't want to rip off the prosthetics. Once it's done, you apply a little bit more setting powder, and then I started painting with alcohol palettes. So that is paint that is activated by alcohol, and the fun thing about it, it's super liquid. It's like painting with water, and you apply a little bit of the color and then just tap it around and it just blends in and it leaves like this soft color behind, so it's really not that intense. And if you make any mistakes, just apply a little bit more alcohol on top of it and it will just blend and create like this whitewash of color. It's so easy to work with. Decided to add a little bit of veins around the horns just to accentuate it and fill in the empty space. And it's giving a little bit more depth to the prosthetic. Prosthetics are cool, but the paint job is really what makes it come alive, so that's always tricky. Don't mind me, I'm grabbing a little snack because at this point I was already in for 2 hours straight into this makeup, so I was hungry. I know these tutorials always make it look like it's super fun, easy to do, and it's also super fun to do, but it is time consuming, y'all. So keep that in mind. If you want to recreate a look like this with prosthetics, just make sure you have like enough time to prepare yourself and do the full look because you will need a couple of hours to do this. Now I'm shading the nose a bit, starting with a very light purple and then intensifying it with a darker purple. For the eyes, I'm doing a classic liner. I'm also elongating the inner corner to give it more like a cat-like vibe, like not human. And also for the bottom eyeliner, I kept like an open space between the front and I let the bottom liner end in the middle of the eye. I absolutely love how this makes you change your whole eye with just applying eyeliner. It gives like a cat-like vibe, and it really elongates the eye, lifts the eye. Using a little bit of eyeliner as well to draw on some dots around the eyes. I think it really dresses the eye, a little bit of accents. I love it. Dots make everything better. For the lips, I went for a Y shape on top of it in the center. It looks a bit weird and alien-like, so I like it. And for the eyes, I also added a little bit of purple shading underneath the bottom liner. As you can see, it really gives like a more feral look. As final touch, I'm just adding a little bit of purple splattering. I'm using purple body paint, and I use like a ton of water and a toothbrush, and then you splash on, and you create like this beautiful drop effect, dots effect, and it really just finishes everything and ties the whole look together. Also added some pearls on some spots, but I didn't record it because my camera was dead, and that's just to show you how long this look took. Added some dramatic lashes, and now I'm just using some white body paint on top of my upper body, not using a lot of coverage, so it's also mixed with a lot of water just to give like this whitewashed effect. Wow. And now I'm using some purple eyeshadow to create some shading on my chest. Also added some purple splattering on my chest to tie everything together, and then it's time to put on the wig cap and the wig. Honestly, I wanted to go for a purple wig, but I didn't find it, so I ended up taking the black one. Luckily, that worked as well, and it gave it like this beautiful ethereal look, especially with the white lenses. By the way, if you're dressing up for Halloween and you want to wear some white lenses, make sure you have lenses that you can actually see through, because these made me practically blind. I was filming and hoping for the best. And I also think that's something no one talks about, because everyone wears these cool white lenses in every video, but you can't see a thing. Anyway, this is my alien, demon, devil, whatever you want to call it. Give her a name, help me, because I'm out of inspiration. I love how she turned out. I hope you liked it as well. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I'll be back with another Halloween tutorial tomorrow, the 14th. Also, thank you for all the support. This means so much to me. It's new for me to post every day on YouTube. I know I do a lot of shorts, but long videos really take a lot of time, and I appreciate all of your support and comments. Thank you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Woo!